Hello and welcome to episode 43 of the Pixel Street Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Joel Campos, and as always, I'm joined by the man who... What did you do this week, John? I got nothing. I literally just got home from work, so... What are you the man of? What have you done?
I'm the man of going back and playing old Pokemon games.
All right, you heard it here first. Next week, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Yeah, as always, we talk about the latest and greatest in video games and what's going on with that. Feel free to send us an email at pixelstreetpodcast@gmail.com if you have any topic of the show you'd like us to talk about. Yeah, so I guess let's just get into it. I mean, our podcast is going to be available every Friday from now on your podcast platform of choice and on YouTube. Also, check out our Facebook group by searching Pixel Street Podcast on Facebook, and our podcast will be uploaded there as well. Yeah, what's going on, John? How is your Thursday going?
It's all right. I played a little Overwatch this morning, and I started playing Brothers, Tale of Two Sons, because that's on Game Pass. I'm just kind of biding my time until we get into these really huge game releases here. I mean, we already started, of course, with Spider-Man and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but just kind of looking forward.
Yeah, just to kind of summarize the episode you're getting this week, we're going to be talking about kind of all the Telltale stuff, the Walking Dead info as of late and kind of what's going on with that. PlayStation 4 crossplay and some Fallout 76 beta news. So yeah, and also fucking Red Dead Redemption 2, largest game file I've ever heard of. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's get into some of the new releases. I believe in last week's episode we left off on the 25th of September, so we're going to pick up from the 26th and go to the 2nd of October. So on September 26th, you have Air Missions, Hind, I don't know, I'm assuming it's supposed to be Hind, for the PlayStation 4, Dark Eclipse PSVR for the PlayStation 4, Let It Die for Windows PC, Pillar for Xbox One, Pizza Titan Ultra, that's the most arcadey name I've ever heard of, for the Xbox One. Rooms, The Adventure of Anne and George for the Switch. Snake vs. Snake, which literally just looks like the old Snake game on Nokia phones, for the Switch. Okay, this is confusing. Oh, okay. So you could pick up the Space Junkies VR closed beta for Windows PC. And so this new list I'm using has betas, I guess, from Wednesday, September 26th through Monday, October 1st. Think of the Children for Xbox One. Alwa's Awakening is on the 27th for the Switch. Armello for the Switch. Dragalia Lost for mobile. Exhorter for Switch. Life is Strange 2 Episode 1, which I'm curious, I think you might have played it, didn't you? Not yet?
I pre-ordered it, so I have it. I just haven't started it yet.
Okay. Also on the 27th, we have More Hun Wanted for Switch. Perception Remastered for PS4. Pilot Sports for PS4. Rise and Shine for Switch. Towerfall for Switch. Wander Song for Windows PC and Switch. Whispering Willows for Switch. September 28th, which is tomorrow, you have the Amnesia Collection for Xbox One, Catastronauts for PS4 and Xbox One, Dragon Ball Fighter Z for Switch, which I know you're a fan of that game, right? You own that?
Yeah, I like it. I have it on Xbox. I'm not too big of a fighting fan, so I probably won't buy it again on Switch, but it's a very good game.
Also tomorrow on the 28th, the day you'll be hearing this podcast, is Deadliners for Xbox One, Demon's Crystals for Switch, FIFA 19 for PS4, Xbox One, Windows PC, and Switch, Forza Horizon 4, the Ultimate Edition for Xbox One and Windows PC, which is the $100 version of the game, I believe. So you get to play it like a few days early, which is kind of a bummer because I'll just wait for Xbox Game Pass on that. You also have Freaky Awesome for PlayStation 4, Jack and Jill DX for Switch, Jake Hunter Detective Story, Ghost of the Dusk for Nintendo 3DS. Soul Calibur 6 Network Test is for PS4 and Xbox One starting Friday, September 28th through Sunday, September 30th. Vegas Party for Xbox One. There's a lot of games tomorrow, and that's it for tomorrow. The 29th, which is Saturday, you have Marvel It Up for Switch. Sunday, September 30th, you have Monster Loves You for Switch. And then last but not least, we have Tuesday, October 2nd, which is a Tuesday, so there's going to be a lot of games here. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, all of the versions, Ultimate Edition, Spartan Collector Edition, Pantheon Collector Edition, Gold Edition, and just the game. So yeah, there's a lot of Ubisoft versions of the game as always. Also on that Tuesday, you have Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, Forza Horizon 4's official release, Mega Man 11. Oh man, that's next Tuesday. I did not know that. Mega Man 11 Amiibo Edition, Valthurian Arc Hero School Story for Switch, Animated Jigsaw's Japanese Woman for... Oh no, that's just a little taste into next week. That's next Thursday. And guess what console that's on?
I'm going to guess Switch.
Animated Jigsaw's Japanese Woman. What in the actual fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god. Alright. That does it for new releases. What are you looking forward to playing other than Life is Strange? Because we kind of already talked about that.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think, looks really awesome. I probably won't pick it up until I finally get to Origins. So it's going to be a while. But that's definitely a game that I am looking forward to. None of the review embargoes have come up yet, but people have been able to give their first impressions of it, and pretty wide across, it's sounding like it's a really good game.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I played Origins. I liked it a lot, but I was actually listening to Kind of Funny Games Daily on my way home from work just now, and somebody brought up the fact that Odyssey, if Origins is really supposed to be the origins of Assassin's Creed, how does Odyssey even exist? You know what I mean? Because it takes place before Origins. So I don't know how...
I mean, are we really going to hold Ubisoft to being, correct in all of their Assassin's Creed
I mean,
stuff?
kind of. I mean, if it's Assassin's Creed title, I feel like it should be Assassin's Creed. Granted, I could give a shit less. But
honestly, without looking at it at all, my guess would be is that these guys aren't actually a part of a creed. They're just random warriors. But, of course, I haven't looked at it all. I haven't even played Origins. So that's just my guess from a story perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I want to get it. I'll probably wait for it to come on sale, to be honest. Because while I did like Origins a lot, I mean, we got Red Dead 2 right around the corner. And with Mario Party coming out, forget about it.
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited for Mario Party.
Yeah, same here. Let's move on and talk about some of the are these new? No, these are not new.
No,
Xbox.
These are from last week. Yep. I don't think there were any this last week.
Yeah, neither do I. So stay tuned next week when hopefully, chances are there will be some. Usually they don't go more than 2 weeks without releasing one Xbox One backwards compat game. So that brings us to the free games of the month. So for games with gold on Xbox One, from September 1st through 31st, you have Prison Architect. And then from September 16th through October 15th, you have Livelock. So you have a few more days to pick those up. And then the new games announced for the month of October, from October 1st through 31st, you can pick up Overcooked, which is one of the coolest games with gold I think they've had by far. I love the game. It's frustrating and amazing all at the same time. But
very good local co-op game.
I mean, yeah, that's really the only way to play it. You can't play by yourself. be way too hard. And then you have from October 16th through November 15th, Victor Vran, which I have never even heard of.
I haven't either.
And then Xbox 360 backwards compatible games right now. You can pick up Sega Vintage Collection Monster World until September 31st. And then the new games for October are Stuntman Ignition from October 1st through 15th, and then Hitman Blood Money from October 16th through 31st. So yeah, those are some pretty good 360 games for next month.
Yeah, they're decent.
All right, you want to take the PS Plus?
All right, on PS4 for the month of September, there's Destiny 2, God of War 3 Remastered, Knowledge is Power, and Here They Lie. Next month, in October, you're getting Friday the 13th, the game, which is worth a pickup. I mean, they can't update it anymore, but definitely go in on that. It should be fun. And Laser League, which me and Joel have actually played, and really our only problem was that there weren't enough people. And I believe we even talked about this game would probably do a lot better if it were just to go into this PS Plus or Games with Gold thing. So hopefully this definitely helps out their player base issue and it gets better.
Yeah,
maybe I'll go back and try it sometime.
Yeah, we definitely talked about that before, and I think going PS Plus is the smartest move that developer has probably ever made. Because granted, I think that the time might have passed already, but I mean they'll get a big surge of players, for this next month while it's free. I'm sure. And who knows, maybe
it's a fun game. There was just
fun.
No one on it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think we should both hop back on and try and play maybe next week sometime when it's actually available for the people for free.
For sure. In September on PS3, there's Another World 20th Anniversary Edition and Cube Director's Cut. October, Master Reboot and The Bridge, which is cross-buy with PS4 and Vita. On Vita for September, it's Foul Play and Sparkle 2. And in October, it's Rocket Birds 2 Evolution and 2064 Read-Only Memories. Twitch Prime looks like Adventure Pals, Pumped BMX Plus, Strife Veteran Edition, Guild of Dungeoneering, and Gunpoint. And I'm guessing you didn't find anything for next month?
No, I don't think they've announced anything for next month yet. I'm assuming it sounds like a Friday announcement that they would do. So tomorrow, I'm sure we'll hear something.
All right. So, what you been playing, Joel?
You're gonna be very happy with me because I this week have been playing a lot of Overwatch, like a lot of it. Yeah.
On what?
On Xbox.
I haven't seen you on.
I played 2 nights this week, and that's the only game I played both nights. So I'm proud of myself. I got ranked in comp with a friend even. I play silver, which is bullshit in my opinion, because I got a bunch of gold medals in every game, multiple gold medals in every game. I had 3 play of the games, and I think we won 8 out of 10 matches. So how I got ranked silver, I think it was 1700 around there, SR. I don't is it SR in that game, or am I thinking Halo?
SR.
Okay. Yeah, it's insane. I don't understand how that's possible, but it is, I guess. And my friend who I was playing with, who he was on his Smurf account, so he didn't care what he was doing. He was just kind of playing with random players. He got ranked gold 2500 or something like that, 2400. So I don't understand how that worked at all. But I don't know. It seems like kind of a shady system they have, because he said that when he first started playing, it seems like the placement matches almost don't matter in a way.
No, they don't. They don't matter at all. They haven't mattered for a very long time.
Yeah, what my friend was telling me, he's essentially the last time you got ranked, the last time you were ranked, if you were silver, you're pretty much just guaranteed to get silver no matter how good or bad you do.
Yeah, pretty much. There was one time where I've had it affect me, and I haven't been able to climb back since. I used to be in Masters. I was in Masters for 3 or 4 straight seasons. And then I think towards the end of the season, I had a bit of a drop-off where I dropped down to mid-diamond. And the next season, when I placed, it dropped me even lower, down to 3100. And ever since then, I've never been able to get back to Masters. Right now, I'm having a hard time just sticking in Diamond because of so many throwers and all that. Just a toxic community. So, yeah, it's... you really have to go into the competitive mode with the mindset that the numbers don't matter and just have fun. Because if you try and stress yourself out on the placements and the numbers and everything, it really takes away the fun from the game. So I've tried my best to just not really worry about my SR, even though I'm always teetering on the edge of platinum and diamond right now. And I know I should be higher because I've been higher and I've succeeded at a higher level. But who knows? Hopefully someday they switch it up, but I don't really think they will.
Yeah, it seems like a weird system. I don't know. I mean, I'll probably keep playing and see if I rank up. I'm sure I can get at least gold pretty easily. But I don't know if I'll be playing enough to rank up even higher. But yeah, I have enjoyed playing it just because it's my friend from college, and he's actually my coworker now. He's super into Overwatch, and that's pretty much the only game he plays. So I've been playing a lot with him.
Gotcha.
And that has been the Overwatch 5 minutes of the podcast. It's normally a minute, but we expanded this week. What have you been playing?
I've been playing more Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I haven't finished the campaign yet. I've been kind of slow getting through it because I've been kind of distracted by other things at the moment. But it's all right. Where I said last week that this is probably my least favorite of the reboot series, I stick with that. Just something feels off with like the jumping mechanics, I think, where I think it's trying to be a little too helpful with you with getting to areas. Like there will be some moments where I will like jump and I won't even be near what I'm trying to grab, and it will just like warp me to the right spot where I need to be, and I'm like, okay. But then there's also just random points in the game where I will jump towards a ledge and I'm supposed to go up this area because it has a white paint that shows you where you're supposed to go, and Lara just won't grab on and I'll fall to my death. So it's really hit and miss on some areas of the game. Also very tired of the same tutorial messages being brought up. I'm probably like 6 hours into the game, I'd guess, and I still get the same messages that I was getting from the beginning of the game, like, oh, press X to throw your axe and swing across here, or use right trigger to rappel down. It's like, I know this stuff, like, you don't have to keep telling me. So
is there
definitely
it doesn't go away? It's just always there?
No, it just pops up every time I run into one of those situations, and I'm playing on the normal difficulty. I'm not on easy, I'm not on like experience or anything, so maybe it goes away for that. But yeah, just the normal difficulty, it pops up all the time.
That's really weird.
Right?
I've never heard of that. It's like in any game, really. I wonder if that's a bug or if they just have it set for the normal game mode, and I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Maybe there's a setting? Did you look in the settings or anything?
I haven't really looked. There probably is, but just saying, without looking at the settings or anything, it's annoying, and it just should automatically go away after like the first time saying it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Especially after the first time you like click out of it, it should know.
Well, it's not something that you actually click out of. It just appears right over the ledge. Say like there's a thing where you can throw your axe on and swing across. It will just appear above there telling you what to do. So it just does that constantly. And it's like, I know. I've been doing this for hours.
Yeah, that would probably annoy the shit out of me too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about Tomb Raider?
No, that's about all I've got so far. I still am enjoying it, but it's definitely a step back from the other reboots.
Okay. All right, yeah, I still got to play the second one. I played the first one. I enjoyed that. It reminds me a lot of an Uncharted game. But yeah, it was great. I still got to play the second one. And then I'll probably honestly just wait until the third one comes to Game Pass. It sounds like the type of game you should wait on to get in a sale or something.
Maybe, yeah, I would guess in a year or two it'll probably come there.
Okay, moving on. I have been playing a lot of Destiny 2, as you could probably assume. Destiny 2 is my Overwatch, you know, kind of John plays Overwatch all the time. I play Destiny. It's kind of the game I always go back to and just hop in when I'm bored. They've made a lot of great changes to the game. Like the new Gambit game mode, I think is a lot of fun, but you cannot play it by yourself because it is toxic as shit. Like as soon as you start losing in Gambit, if you're playing by yourself with randoms, like somebody will just quit from your team, and then you literally stand no chance at winning. But yeah, other than that, like the game mode's a lot of fun if you got a full squad. It's a great time. It's like I think one of the most innovative game modes I think I've played in a game in a long time, in terms of like the PvP / PvE hybrid. It kind of is. Other than that, I've just been grinding light to get raid ready. Like I think right now I'm 522 light or 521 light, and I think to do the raid at a bare minimum you need to be like 530, and that's like really really low. Like that's a stretch. So I want to get up to like 550 before even attempting to do it. But like this new DLC, they've made it so hard to grind gear. Like you have to put so much time in to get like higher gear, and I think that's one of the most frustrating parts. Like to me, I could care less. I'm not putting in enough time as it is to get raid ready. You know, I understand. I think that the raid should be something like that you feel achieved, like that you accomplished to get to even begin. You know, but I don't know. Like a lot of people were complaining that like the people who were able to do the raid the first week it came out, like had put in like 70 hours, like from a week after the game came out. Like that's a lot of time to put in a game. Like just to get ready to do the next part of that same DLC in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like people were spending like on average probably like 7 hours a day to get ready before the raid came out, which is insane. Like, but then again, like I mean, WoW is no different. In World of Warcraft, you got to spend a lot of time to get the right gear and level up and stuff to be able to do the raid. So like it's kind of like, I don't know, a balance type thing. Like I'm glad that the grind is there because it gives me a reason to keep playing the game. But then at the same time, it's annoying that I cannot do the raid. But I completely agree with like how the way they're doing it, where it does take a while to get light ready. Your light level high enough to be ready for the raid. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to keep grinding that out until I eventually do it. I plan on going into this raid blind because I've never done that for any raid in any game. I've always like looked up a video on how to do it, or there's been somebody in my raid group that's been like, all right, so what we're going to do in this part is this, this, and this. So like I have some friends and we've all agreed to go into it completely blind. Granted, I know it's going to be extremely frustrating and extremely long and probably over the course of many days, but we're dedicated to going in completely blind and trying to do it without looking anything up.
I got you. I don't really do a lot of raids. Probably the closest thing to that I could think of me doing would be the Call of Duty Zombies Easter eggs. Just going in blind on those because they're just such random rules and everything that you have to do to progress and everything. So definitely done that before. It's not always the funnest, but it is an experience.
Yeah. I mean, it can be really like I've done the Leviathan raid, which is the first Destiny 2 raid. I've done it multiple times before, and I had friends doing it for the first time the other day, and I was like helping explain it, and they just could not understand what to do, and it was so frustrating because I spent like 5 hours with them trying to do it, and it should not take that long with how high a light level we all are, and it just was not working. We got to the final boss, and after like 2 hours of trying to beat him, it just wasn't happening. So I was like, I gotta get off, guys. I can't do this anymore. Like, it's one thing if it's like a brand new thing and we didn't know the mechanics or anything, but we all knew what had to be done and it just wasn't working. So yeah, it can get extremely frustrating. But I mean, when you do it, you feel accomplished for sure.
Gotcha.
All right, Forza, John.
So yeah, I've been playing more Forza Horizon 3. I think I'm pretty well done with it at the moment, but I picked it up while I was working at my old job. I just got a code for free for it, so I was like, hey, might as well. Never been a huge Forza fan, but Horizon 3 is pretty dang addicting. I went through and completed the Hot Wheels DLC because that was included. I'm probably not going back to finish the main story or getting the Blizzard DLC, but definitely had a lot of fun playing that. And with Horizon 4 hitting Game Pass next week, I'll definitely be downloading that and giving that a shot as well, because it is getting pretty great reviews across the board.
Yeah, I mean, I love I think the Forza Horizon games are some of the best racing games ever made. And Forza Horizon 4 seems like it's not going to be any different in terms of how great it's going to be. So I'm excited. Yeah. If you have Game Pass, obviously download it on Tuesday. You can't go wrong. It's essentially free if you already have Game Pass. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to try it on my PC as well.
For sure. Want me to go into my next one since I have an extra?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'll just talk about Fortnite. Why not? I haven't been playing much Fortnite lately, but last night I grinded out. I was like level 96 or 97 in my battle pass, and I wanted to get that Ragnarok skin, which is the one for getting up to level 100, and I've done it for every other season. So last night until like 1 in the morning, I was playing Fortnite, just trying to complete some challenges to get it. And I actually was able to get it. But yeah, Season 6 started today, this morning, I believe. So, yeah. I mean, if you're into Fortnite, you know that already. I don't really need to explain it. I'm kind of like lukewarm on Fortnite at the moment. I haven't been playing it. I don't really care to play it. I'm actually mainly excited for Call of Duty to come out, which is weird for me to say. But that Blackout beta was enough to get me to pre-order it. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I plan on it in the next week or so. And that comes out
this is
on October 12th.
Definitely the first Call of Duty in a long time I'm excited for.
Did you play the Blackout beta?
No, I tried, and the one game I tried to get into, I got kicked out, and so I just went to something else. So I just don't care about Battle Royale.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to play it, and I have a lot of friends who are getting it on Xbox as well. So that'll be a lot of fun.
All right. You there?
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. All right. So my next game is The Walking Dead, the final season. We're going to be getting into this in our first news story, but I played episode 2 of the final season last night, and it's good. It's pretty much more of the first episode, which was very well done, I thought. It's tense. There is an appearance from an old character that was really surprising to me.
Yeah, no spoilers. I haven't played the second episode yet.
No, just that was all I was going to say. I mean, I definitely recommend giving it a try. If this is how they end the series, it will be very disappointing, because it does exactly what you would expect it to. It ends and it gets you ready for episode 3, and like I said, we'll get into the Telltale news here in a bit, but for how much I love Clementine and her story, I really hope it doesn't come to that, but
yeah, I agree.
We'll get into that.
But yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
And my last game is I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Red on my Game Boy Advance SP. I don't know. It's kind of just been playing that until Super Mario Party comes out on my Switch, and then I'll be playing that every night while I'm laying in bed. So that's about all I've got to say on that.
So you play Mario Party against AI? Is that how you roll?
Maybe. I will probably end up getting online and playing against real people if there's an online. I would expect there would be. But I also have friends that I know are getting the game, and I plan on playing with them as well.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends last night, and he was saying that the online for Mario Party is just the mini games. Like, you can't play like the turn style like you normally would, which I think is annoying. And I don't understand why that is. Like, I don't see why it would be so difficult to do, but I don't know. I know nothing about that stuff.
It's Nintendo. Regardless, though, I'm very excited for that game. I think it comes out next Friday.
Yeah, it's a week from tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited as well. I'm going to pick it up. Probably go to a buddy's house that night and just force it upon them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. If you do pre-order it on your Switch, on the store on there, you get double reward points. So if you want to do that.
I still have not bought a game digitally on the Switch that isn't like Fortnite or Rocket League. I own everything physically, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I think part of the reason I started buying everything physically on the Switch is because, like, I bought a Wii U and I ended up just selling it like months later, like less than a year later probably. So I think I started buying everything physically on Switch in case the same thing happens, where I decide I don't want it anymore, and then I can sell everything off and not just have like my digital profile with all these games.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, moving on, let's get into some of the news. I'll take the first story here.
Okay.
Javi Gwaltney of GameInformer.com writes, Walking Dead's final season pulled from sale by Telltale. Telltale has pulled the final season of The Walking Dead from sale after the release of its second episode. There were 2 more episodes planned for the rest of the season. According to the store page on GOG.com, Telltale has requested a temporary pause. Telltale has requested a temporary pause of sales of The Walking Dead, the final season. For all up-to-date Telltale news, please refer to their official Twitter page. If you look for the game on the PlayStation Store, you'll find an unavailable page as well. Steam also doesn't have a purchase option for the title. The abrupt removal of the final season of The Walking Dead follows in the wake of Telltale dramatically cutting its workforce and announcing that it's looking for partners to help it finish The Walking Dead. Yeah, this is all so sad. Like, last week we find out that Telltale fired 250 employees and they're keeping 25 on. That was bad enough. Yeah. And then in my head when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's really shitty. Like, my second thought was like, all right, so I'm assuming that 25 people is working on The Walking Dead to finish it. Because in all reality, I feel like it can't be that far off from being complete, right? Like the story's got to be done and everything. Like, I don't know. I know nothing about that stuff, but either way, like, and then to find out that they're just like not gonna finish it, like, that is what blows my mind.
Yeah. Before we go any further, let's go into this timeline that I put up here. So this is all from GameSpot. This is just kind of a timeline of everything that Telltale has done in the news this year. So in March of last year, Telltale CEO and founder Kevin Bruner announced that he was leaving the company. It's later reported that Bruner was forced out as he clashed with the company's board of directors. All right, that's interesting news. Last September, Telltale hires former Zynga executive Pete Hawley to become the company's next CEO. Before Zynga, Hawley was a production lead at Fable studio Lionhead. All right, so he's got some good work there. Fable was always successful. In November of last year, one of Hawley's first major moves as CEO of Telltale is enacting a huge round of layoffs in which the company cut 25% of its workforce, which amounted to around 90 people at the time. The following month, Telltale CEO Pete Hawley talks to GameSpot about the layoffs and the future of Telltale. He rejects the idea that Telltale is in trouble, stating he feels the company is in really good shape. In March of this year, a deeply sourced report from The Verge alleges that Telltale operates under a culture of heavy expected crunch pushed by toxic management. Among the many shocking claims in the report is that employees worked as many as 18 hours per day for weeks on end. Then we get to last week. According to Variety, Telltale management informs employees that its negotiations with media giant AMC for more funding were going well. With the company expected to complete the funding process in the coming weeks, there was also reportedly a deal being negotiated with South Korean mobile giant Smilegate for more funding. The very following day after Telltale's management tells their employees, hey, we're going to be fine. We're getting money from these outside sources. We're getting more licenses. This is going to make us run better. Telltale holds a meeting where it informs more than 200 developers that they were losing their job right then and there. According to Variety, employees were given paper paychecks for pay through the end of the day. They reportedly were instructed to leave the building within 30 minutes, but they were allowed back in for 3 hours on Monday to collect their personal belongings. The affected staffers received no severance pay, and their health care cover reportedly only extended to the end of the month. Management told employees they should consider applying for unemployment benefits. Former Telltale CEO Kevin Bruner writes a blog post. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We get to 3 days ago. One former Telltale employee, Vernie Roberts Jr., filed a class action lawsuit against Telltale. Of course, we don't know what's happening from that because it's been so short of a time, but definitely interesting seeing how that goes forward. And Telltale has announced that there are multiple potential partners to help take care of the couple final episodes of The Walking Dead, the final season, because as of now, all they are working on is a Netflix series for Minecraft story mode. And even their Stranger Things thing that they were doing with them is canceled. So every product from Telltale, except for that Minecraft story mode thing, has been canceled for now. Looking at all this, and of course everyone's been hearing about it for the last week, this looks like Telltale's management just completely fucked up everywhere here.
Yeah, like it seemed like they were just like hiding information from the employees. Like the fact that like the day before they're like, "Oh yeah, it's looking good. We're gonna make this deal," and then like they had to have known like, "Oh fuck, we're out of money. Like if we don't make this deal, we're done." They
definitely have known for a while, and it sounds like it wasn't just AMC backing out. It was also like Lionsgate, that Smile company. I don't know I can't remember what their name was, but yeah, they definitely were having money issues for a long time. And from the sounds of just looking at everything, it looks like after the first season of The Walking Dead, they just grew too fast and they just weren't able to manage it, and they just constantly were adding on licenses, and it just became too much. And yeah, essentially the Telltale management had failed multiple hundreds of people that were their employees, but also just think of all the thousands of people that really enjoyed those kinds of games. Like I said, I love the Walking Dead series. I love Wolf Among Us. Wolf Among Us 2 has now been canceled. It's crazy to think about. Definitely got to take care of your employees first, though. Because the number, I guess, is actually like 250 people without a job at the moment.
Yeah, which is like insane to me. But
so crazy.
I do like how kind of the gaming community has come together, and like the developers, like other developers have started posting like job listings. I know Ubisoft in San Francisco held like a kind of like a dinner, like I don't know, social type thing to meet people who might want to work for them that did work for Telltale. There's a hashtag Telltale Jobs, I believe, for you can post a job that you have for somebody who might be a potential candidate there. But yeah, I mean, I do love all that stuff, but at the same time, like we're only getting that stuff because something really, really bad happened. And
it's a truly tragic story. And I've been seeing people post on like comment sections and everything, "Oh, Microsoft should go in and just buy Telltale." No, I absolutely disagree with that, because unless you are going to completely wipe out that management, you're just going to keep making the same mistakes and waste Microsoft's money. But also, they don't own anything. Yeah. They only got licenses for all their stuff. Like, it would just make more sense for Microsoft to just make their own company. Or they're doing already.
Yeah, or Microsoft just swoop in and say, "Hey, Netflix, we'll take that Stranger Things IP off your hands and do something similar."
Yeah, hey, we will hire 250 Telltale employees.
And the thing is like 250 employees seems like a lot for the type of games they were releasing, doesn't it?
It is for the type of games, but why they needed that many is because of the number of games they were making a year. They were just constantly working on just multiple games. They never slowed down.
Which I think is one of the bad things. I mean, I guess I could see it like, how often do you see somebody on your friends list playing a Telltale game? It's not that often. So, like, they don't sell as much as they'd hope. It sounds like they just got way too ambitious with their stuff. So, like, they hired on more staff to make more games at once. But at the same time, it seems like those games weren't selling well enough to obviously to pay their staff.
Yeah, obviously, because they're shutting down, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, in order for them to have stayed open, they probably needed, like, 50 employees and release 2 games a year, maybe? And even then, who knows if those 2 games are selling as much, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I really wonder how much different their situation would be if they weren't still doing the episodic release thing, if they would just release a season all at one time. If that would help them out at all. I'm not too sure, but that's definitely been something I've been wondering about, because you've seen pretty much every company besides Don't Nod with Life is Strange to go away from that episodic release thing. So who knows? We'll never know, I guess, but it's just something I've been wondering about the last week.
Yeah, it's just all around is really sad. I feel really bad for anybody who's lost their job, ever, for that matter.
Yeah.
But, like, this is just really bad just because it's something that, like, we've appreciated the content they've made, the games they've made, the stories they've told. And it's just really unfortunate that we're not going to get any more of those stories or those games. And the fact that, people got so, like, The Walking Dead Season 1 was the game that, really drove home to a lot of people. The whole Telltale name. And the fact that now on the final season, not only is the final season not going to end, like, as of right now at least, like, that's the game that the company's going to finish on is insane to me.
Yeah,
Like,
halfway through of your biggest story, the finale of your biggest story, and you're just done.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really sad. Yeah, if you happen to be listening, I know nobody listens to this podcast probably, but if you happen to be listening and have a job for somebody at Telltale, use that hashtag that I mentioned before, hashtag Telltale Jobs. I know that there's a lot of Twitter threads and stuff going around. I'm sure there's like a subreddit, on the Telltale subreddit of people trying to get people jobs. But yeah, it's really unfortunate. There's a lot of like kind of GoFundMe type things where you can just kind of tip some of the people that have lost their jobs that are really struggling. Because, like, in the fact that, like, Telltale's in San Francisco, which is, like, the most expensive city in the country to live at.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, a lot of those people were working paycheck to paycheck. It's just really shitty all around.
Yeah.
All right, John, how do we move on from this very depressing topic?
Well, I think we go and talk about how we turn this around and say, hey,
something good's happening.
Sony did a really surprising good thing here.
Yeah, Matthew Caddo of GameInformer.com writes, Sony starts PS4 Fortnite crossplay beta. Sony is finally letting the PlayStation 4 Wait, what? This is weird sentence structure. Sony is finally letting the PlayStation 4 crossplay with the other Fortnite systems. The company has announced that it has started a cross-platform play open beta joining the Xbox One, Switch, PC, Mac, iOS, and Android versions of the game. This represents a major policy change for Sony Interactive Entertainment, says John Codera, president and global CEO of SIE, in a blog post. Codera says that Sony has identified a path forward supporting cross-platform features or select third-party content. Today, the communities around some games have evolved to the point where cross-platform experiences add significant value to players, he said. In recognition of this, we have completed a thorough analysis of the business mechanics required to ensure that the PlayStation experience for our users remains intact today and in the future as we look to open the platform. I mean, this is just awesome all around. Everybody wanted it a few months ago. I honestly thought that this conversation probably died. Like, it kind of, like, you weren't hearing about it for like the past few weeks, and I think it's because people thought, oh yeah, that's not happening. Sony hasn't commented on it really at all. And
I feel like it would have eventually come up again, though.
Yeah, it would have. But I mean, it's just crazy that Fortnite's like so big now that they just kind of bullied PlayStation into this, which I think is a great thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and now people are asking like, oh, what about Rocket League? What about Overwatch? What about Rainbow Six? I think that's an awesome thing too. Because like personally, I just love the account progression on each. Like, granted, like I'm not expecting for me to, be able to play with my PS4 friends in every game I play. But I think that the account progression is one of the major things because, like, for me, I own Rocket League on four different actually, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And if I could have the same account on all four, you know what I mean, and have the same skins and whatnot, yeah, I think that would just be awesome. For most games, Overwatch included. I would play Overwatch on PC so much more if I could have like all my skins and my progression is all the same. Granted, like it's obviously up to the developer to make like ranked options, stuff like that carry over. But yeah, I think that this is a really cool first step, and I think that we're going to see it in a lot of games going forward, but probably not for a while.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Rocket League is the next one to get it, just because they've been the other really big name pushing this, and that's exciting. I love Rocket League. I mean, I tweeted yesterday, and I don't really care about Fortnite or Battle Royale games, but this is awesome news for just the gaming industry in general. Like, going forward, like, this opens so many things up for developers and just gamers in general going forward. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great time to live in, especially with like all these games that have so much progression in them, and like there have been a lot of very, very big like multiplayer games as of late. And even like with Call of Duty coming out all multiplayer, I don't think they're gonna have any cross-platform stuff, but maybe in the next iteration of Call of Duty there is. But yeah, even like the game we're about to talk about next, Fallout 76, like that's another multiplayer game that who knows, maybe someday we'll get this cross-platform content.
Yeah, it would be really awesome stuff. Speaking of Fallout 76, its beta has been the beta release date is up. This is from Timur Hussain of GameSpot. Bethesda has released a new trailer and confirmed the release date of the upcoming Fallout 76 beta. As we previously heard, it will come to Xbox One before other platforms, but now we know exactly when. The beta begins for Xbox One on October 23rd and on October 30th for PlayStation 4 and PC. Have you pre-ordered Fallout 76 yet?
Yes, I pre-ordered the Helmet Edition. I don't know the technical name of it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I talked about it on the podcast before, but I pre-ordered the Helmet Edition for both PC and Xbox. I don't know which one I'm going to keep because I game share with somebody who also wants it on Xbox. So I have a feeling I might just get rid of the Xbox one and keep the PC one, just because I have friends on PC as well that are looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's pretty cool that Xbox has like a full week ahead for the beta, which is pretty cool because I mainly play on Xbox, as do you. So I think that that's a cool thing. Are you excited for Fallout?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Did you pre-order?
Yeah, I pre-ordered just the basic digital copy on my Xbox.
Oh, right on. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean,
yep.
I don't know how good it's gonna be. I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of bugs and glitches at first, but I mean that's any Bethesda game. Yeah. Really, I mean, Fallout 4 is probably still kind of a buggy mess in some aspects.
Bethesda actually also added that players should expect things to go awry, I think. Yeah, that's awry. As beta versions of games tend to do. The beta is a work-in-progress version of the game. They explained, during the beta, you will likely see a glorious array of issues, many we know about and many we don't. Our goal with your help is to identify and fix any issues that arise in preparation for the November 14th launch. We need all your suggestions and feedback during beta at launch and beyond to make Fallout 76 the best experience possible now and for years to come. So, really, this could have a good leg up on Fallout 4 because they are having a beta before release. So who knows, maybe they do take care of a bunch of bugs before 76 actually comes out, which would be awesome.
Yeah, true. And I imagine that Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 are probably very, very similar engine-wise. I'm sure it's the same exact engine, but I'm sure that a lot of, like, I guess, assets were taken from Fallout 4 for 76, so maybe all those bugs that they fixed in Fallout 4 are already figured out, and at this point it might just be some base building stuff that they're fixing and some multiplayer issues. But yeah, I'm excited. I was gonna say one other thing. But oh yeah, they did say that don't expect the beta to be up 24/7, and that the game will go down from time to time for maintenance to improve the beta as it's going.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, granted, I'd assume that they're going to be doing it like early mornings or during the day.
Yeah, it'll be like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
when
it won't be like
peak time is really low.
Yeah, it won't be like when you get home from work. So yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to another very big release coming, which actually the full game comes out next month. Imran Khan from GameInformer.com writes, Red Dead Redemption 2 has 105 gigabyte install. PS4 gets extra content 30 days early. The Red Dead Redemption 2 PS4 Pro bundle was announced the other day, giving people an opportunity to do what they do best and scrutinize the box for details. Rockstar Intel was able to do exactly that and mined out details from the console box to figure out what to expect from Rockstar's upcoming Western. The bundle says that Red Dead Redemption 2 requires a minimum install size of 105 gigabytes. This puts it ahead the previous PlayStation 4 record holder, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which stood at 101 gigabytes, and Rockstar's last PS4 game, GTA 5, which came in at 65. So yeah, it's just a huge game, which, it has me excited, but I don't know. That's like almost double the size of GTA 5's download size.
Yeah, I don't think it'll necessarily be a bigger world than GTA. I mean, probably a little bit, but I think most of that is just put into the graphics of it, which GTA already looks amazing, but Red Dead Redemption 2, from what we've seen of it, is just on another level.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it, as is everybody. I think last week we talked about how the beta is coming for multiplayer after the game comes out, which is an interesting move, but I guess it kind of makes sense after how shitty GTA Online was.
Yeah.
The day that came out. So that wraps up all of the news we have here. Let's move on to the topic of the show, which is, what's your favorite Telltale memory? I think both of ours, on our list is probably the ending of season 1 of The Walking Dead. That was a major moment. Very sad.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely made me cry for like one of the first. I remember I beat that game, and I set down my controller and I texted my current girlfriend Elise at the time, because I didn't beat it like when it first came out. It was like a few years later when I played it, and I remember setting down the controller and I texted her. I was like, I think a video game just made me cry for the first time.
Yeah, I definitely cried. I just set my controller. I actually stopped playing games that night. I was just depressed. Very sad ending. Let's get into spoilers. It's like 7 years old.
Yeah.
So Lee, who you play as in the game, gets bitten by a walker in the episode before. He rescues Clementine from a kidnapper, and this is the point where you take over as Clementine, and Lee is giving you some final tips on how to survive, and you can choose whether to shoot him and put him out of his misery or just leave him, and it's incredibly heartbreaking.
Yeah, no matter what you chose, it was like probably the hardest decision in a game I think I've ever made.
Yeah, it's really tough. Did you choose to shoot him or leave him?
I shot him.
I did as well.
Yeah, I think that was probably the majority thing to do, but it just made it that much more intense, because it's like, I don't want to leave him and then like let him turn into a walker. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was a hard decision.
Yeah, he deserves better than that. Yeah. Also, going to another game, Tales from the Borderlands. One of my favorite memories from that game is the... have you played that one?
No, the only other Telltale game I've played that is not one of the Walking Dead is Batman Season 1.
All right. Well, in Tales from the Borderlands, there is an area where your character is disguised as the like CEO of Hyperion, and you are walking through the lobby, and people start shooting at you with finger guns. And it's this huge like finger gun battle where you are just constantly taking everyone out, and it's hilarious and epic.
I've heard that game is really funny, and I think I own it on PS4. I think it was a game with gold. or
I believe it
PS
was.
Plus game.
Yeah,
So
I definitely
should go
recommend giving it a try because it's a fun ride. Besides that, Wolf Among Us had I don't think it really had like any absolute memorable moments to me, but just like overall, it was a really good ride. You mentioned Batman. Season 2, you can have it where the Joker is a vigilante with you and helps you fight evil. That's really interesting take on the Batman and Joker relationship. Yeah, I mean, I've played a ton of Telltale games, and it's unfortunate that they're leaving, but by the way it sounds the management was handling things, I'm kind of glad people are getting away from that, but it also sucks that they're not getting paid.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, the only other game I played is Batman Season 1, which nothing from that game really sticks out all that much to me. I do know it was like a buggy mess for some people when it first came out, but I don't think I had any issue. Actually, yeah, I do remember I had one issue. It was like where like all it was like a guy's eyeballs in his body wasn't there. But
yeah, that was one thing. Telltale never actually like improved their engine, and so there was just always constantly bugs. I remember my first time playing season 2 of The Walking Dead. There's a section where, as Clementine, you're supposed to sneak around this house, and you're hiding from the adults, and you're trying to get some supplies to heal a dog bite that you have on you, and I entered this room that was supposed to be completely empty, like no one was supposed to be in it, and the game was glitching out and putting one of the adult figures in there, just standing there. So I like slowly walked in and saw him. I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. So I turned around and left, and I was like, I spent so long on that area. I'm like, where am I supposed to go? And it was like a half hour of me just walking through the same like 2 rooms before I saw, oh, I can walk through him. He's not supposed to be here. It was so annoying.
But yeah, I mean, no moments from Batman stick out to me, but I do remember just thinking it was an alright game. Like, I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was a good Telltale game.
Batman's okay.
Didn't stick out as much as some of the others, like Walking Dead Season 1 did, but yeah, some great memories with Telltale. Best of luck to everybody who got laid off there, which is very sad, as we've said probably dozens of times already. Hopefully the final season of The Walking Dead gets picked up by somebody that can help make it. Who knows? It would look so good on a company if they're like, yeah, we'll help finish it, and we're gonna hire some of those people to do it. You know what I mean? Like point us in the direction of some of the people that were working on it, so that we can hire them to do it, so that they have like a temporary job, you know, just to see this thing off that they've been working on for so long and so hard. But yeah, that on that very, very depressing note, that wraps up episode 43 of the Pixel Street Podcast. I'm Joel Campos. You can see me on Twitter at Campos63. Check out our Facebook page, the Pixel Street Podcast. Check out my Mixer stream, mixer.com/Campos63. I might be changing my Mixer name soon, so if I do, you'll hear it here. YouTube, Almost Random, to find this podcast and my other podcasts I do, which I haven't done one in a while. I think I'm doing one this weekend sometime. John, where can we find you?
On Twitter, I am at Revx Shadows, and on YouTube, my channel name is just Revx Shadows. I'm hoping to put up a couple videos tomorrow. One talking about just news. I'll probably go into the Telltale stuff, because that's just a big hot button issue right now. But also I'm planning on putting up my preview video for Rapture's Rejects, which I did a written preview for on that video game blog, so you can go there and check that out.
All right, right on. That does it for this week's episode. Stay tuned next week for the episode where John plays Overwatch. Later.
No. Wrong button.